states in the process, whether work or personal, but then the outcome is shit. So, so just
All right. Everything. So, actually, all these things are interconnected, like what Carol has also asked. And I have actually received so many questions. I would try to take up all of them, in fact, in the sequence when how people have sent it. Some of the question I actually didn't get the time to go through it because they were long and I was in hurry in the evening. It was a hectic day for me, but I will try to accommodate as much as I can. Otherwise, we are here together still in the next call. Okay, so there was a anybody wants to ask any question live? Then I would like to start with that first, and then I will take up. Yes, Auntie, go ahead.
So I've been kind of like taking a look at the Western kind of like a view on just like a requiring like a degree in psychology or things like that, kind of like in order for like ethically teach meditation or just like recommend meditation to people. So I'm not sure if that's just like a Western view, just like having like, you know, some sort of psychological or psychology degree in order to do that. But I also wanted to just like ask you what's your take, what's your position on just like knowing that, because I feel it's important to know all aspects of the human mind, just to understand better ourselves. But up to which point is it like ethical to teach?
All right. That's a very good question. First of all, to teach meditation or to suggest meditation, you don't need a psychology degree because even in any country, because lots of yoga teachers, lots of other healers also or monks, they teach meditation. So it's not about having a psychological degree. But yeah, when you want to do counseling, a psychological counseling, and not a meditation teaching, then you would need a degree depending on different kind of countries and what kind of license you require, or if your client wants some insurance coverage, and for that you need to have certain level of some psychological degree. There are counselors which are holistic counselors, which are energy counselors, which are not coming from the psychology background. They are also working in all the countries. So we need to check on what it is, and otherwise, if you, I am not sure about your entire question, but if you are worrying about that you need to have a psychological degree in your country in order to work, in order to teach meditation, you don't. Our certificate would be good enough. But in order to call yourself coach, depending on what country you are living and what kind of coach you want to call yourself, there are certain rules in different countries. So we can find out about them, and I can also suggest certain online certificates just to cover the basic need of certification from some universities or something. Now, coming to the counseling part, normally, where you ask if you need a psychological understanding about it, you do and you do not. There's a pros and cons both of it. When you will come to India, now it's just few days you are coming. And when you go through the second 200 hour and 300 hour, you will know a complete inside out approach. And when we understand this, as we understand during the training, that physical being is the first level, very outermost level, then second is mental, then third is emotional, and then fourth is the energy being or the spiritual being. Now, when you talk about inside out approach, you focus on fixing the energy and not dealing with the person psychologically. Psychology, emotional wellness, everything is already covered in the comprehensive approach, and psychology becomes better, or the person develops more positive mindset or more calmer mind as a side effect of fixing the energy or fixing the inner being. So ideally our approach is that. And as part of mindfulness, as part of awareness, as a spiritual seekers, as a spiritual beings, we understand how mind should help you in growing towards your vision or to live a life you actually want to live, how mind should work as your good help and support rather than being your master. Your consciousness has to be your master, and your mind has to be the executive who work to execute the vision of your life or the consciousness you want to live with. So we take this approach based on mindfulness, which is not about psychology, because psychology present you lot many kind of limitations, and mindfulness overcome those limitations. Mindfulness gives you a bridge and a overall connection within yourself, with your being, with your spiritual being, with your emotional being, with your mental being, and with your physical being. And it creates a beautiful harmony between them. While when you take the psychological approach, it focuses only on the psychological part of it. So first you understand deeply all the spiritual aspect, all the inside out approach, all the mindfulness based approach of complete wellness, of the wholesome wellness. Then if you feel interested and if you like to study psychology properly, it would be good, because then it will not give you limitations, because you would already know the other side also as well. Right. So when you would know the comprehensive thing, then if you take, for example, one part of it and study deeply, it would be good because it will not limit you. At the same time, for example, I have not studied psychology ever. I have not even studied relationship counseling or any other kind of counseling. But because of the spiritual development and because of the inside out approach, my understanding over the years about all the aspects of human consciousness has increased. Amazingly, becoming more simple, and I can give very practical solutions to people because I can have a bird eye view of the entire situation, not only psychological or emotional, but a bigger picture related with life, related with vision of life, long term, short term, everything. And this happens with every spiritual person. It's not only about me. For example, when you ask Buddha any question from any subject of the world, he would answer. He has never studied psychology or anything. If you ask any question about any damn thing in the world from Osho, he would answer amazingly. If you ask any question of any subject from Kabir or from Guru Nanak, all these masters we have had in India, they would answer them. Without having, Kabir was a person who actually never studied a single thing. He was uneducated, but he could answer everything. It's because of the connection, the synchronicity. As I say, that once you are synchronized, once you are connected with the universal energy, with the universe, with the divine, when you and divine, you and universe becomes one, then every knowledge of universe you get the access to. And you are able to receive the right kind of knowledge, the right amount of knowledge, not more, not less, whatever is apt for you whenever you require. And that's the beauty and power of synchronicity. That's the beauty and power of being a true spiritual being and living a meditative life. Because that's when we are always connected. And this is the power of that connection. Right? So now you're going to come to India. When you come, after that you complete your training. After that, if you have more questions, I can answer you, or then you can decide what next you would like to do, or where you want to work, what kind of society and the laws are there, and we can figure out. I will also talk to you about that. Right, Sanjay?
Perfect. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks.
Wonderful. Just excuse me, I have to change some setting from our video. Okay. Yes, Melissa,
Um,
ask a question.
Hi,
I
hello. How are you there?
see you after a long time, huh?
Yes, long time. Finally back. Um, Yesterday, no, sorry, the day before yesterday, I finished the second day of the course. And I have some questions, but I think today, because you said there were many, I will make one, and then in the chat, I will write the other ones. I wanted to ask about the gibberish meditation because, I mean, this meditation is all about just speaking things without any sense, right? It was very interesting to me. I have never done it before, but I did. I do see a church in my country. They do a similar kind of practice. Um, I don't know exactly how you translate it, but it's like tongue language or something. I don't know if it's the same. So I wanted to know, what do you think about this? If it's the same, if you know it or not.
Well, I anyway, this gibberish meditation actually came from a Sufi. It's a Sufi meditation. It's a Sufi meditation for mindfulness, and it has come from a Sufi master called Jabbar. So now Jabbar was a very amazing guy. He was in Middle East in some, I don't exactly now remember the country he was in. He was in Iraq or Turkey or somewhere, but he was he realized during his journey that people just keep speaking, and even if the one who is speaking feels that he is making great sense, nobody else in the world can see the sense in what the other is speaking. And that's the irony, right? Only the speaker feels that I make perfect sense, and nobody else in the entire world, be it your parents, mother, or lover, or girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, anybody would feel the same about you. Similarly, when somebody else will speak, you will also never feel that this person is making perfect sense, always. We get those kind of feelings rarely about someone for some particular subject or for some particular time. Usually, all the talking and communication or all the words, they are senseless to people. And all the struggle happens in life when the one who is speaking tries very hard to make sense. Right. And this struggle keeps going the entire life. Most of the people, actually, all the stress, all the struggle in life, major part of the struggle in life or stress in life comes because of the communication, because of the language, because people want to talk with each other and people want to impress each other by whatever they are saying, and because they feel that they make sense and others should feel the same way. Irony of life is it doesn't happen no matter how you try. So when Jabbar saw this, he was a very intelligent man. He said, let me finish all the struggle from my life in one go. And he found this amazing way. He said, from today onwards, I will not say anything which can make any sense, even to me, so that my ego doesn't want to impose it to other. And I finish the stress from myself that, oh, I am making sense and other is not valuing it. So let me not make sense at all, so that I know that I'm not gonna make any sense. So I am not in the struggle of finding those people who value me or who try to listen to me. And this became his amazing meditation. I mean, look at one thing that in one technique, in one way, in one manner, he actually finished all the struggle from his life. And he started speaking this language. And everybody came to know that now this guy is some mad person, is a madman who just speaks senseless words, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know what language he speaks. And soon he started getting very famous because people would like this is a madman. But then few people who started coming to him and he started sitting with him, he would see that he would speak whenever somebody asked him to speak, and he would speak in this language. And after that, he will just become silent. And his silence became so profound, that those who were coming and sitting near him started feeling the depth of that silence within themselves, just by being near him. And that's basically we call satsang, to sit in reception with master, to sit as a receiver with master. It's called satsang. So those people started feeling those deep silence, those deep stillness inside them. And then they realized that these words are magical, these sounds are magical, because these sounds, they kill your jumbled up thoughts. They clean up the chaos from the mind, because mind is chaotic. If you open your mind and if you see that there are thousands of different kind of thoughts staying in the mind together at the same time, and they all want to come out. And God has blessed us, or the universe has blessed us, that we can speak only in a linear manner, like one after another. We can only speak one sentence or one thought in one time. Think about it. You cannot speak multiple thoughts in one line or whenever you are speaking. When you speak in that time, you can only speak one thought. The moment other thought comes, your sentence changes. You cannot speak multiple thoughts or more than one thought in one line. That's the limitation universe has given us, which is a blessing. Because if you imagine, if this limitation gets removed one fine day, you can speak multiple thoughts together. What would happen? The only language you will speak that time would be gibberish, because you would speak multiple thoughts. Okay, and no thought will get a proper language, because they all be wanted to express in the same time. So that means that gibberish is actually the language of chaotic mind. When we speak in a normal language, what happens? A thought starts, the possibility to get expressed, and then it goes to our brain, and in our brain it goes to our memory system where it looks for what language we know or what language we want to express it in according to whoever is the listener. And then we get from our memory of that language those words which can express that kind of thought. This process happens in our brain. If you imagine that this entire process gets bypassed, there is no need to go through this process, and the mind only can express all the thoughts it has. What language would come out then would be gibberish. Of course, you would not be able to finish any single thought complete. You will not be able to finish the line of single thought. It will all be jumbled up. Now, if you think about this, now this means that gibberish is the language of the chaotic mind. And that's exactly why when we do gibberish, even for 15 minutes, after that, suddenly we automatically get deep silence. Why? How? Because our mind, chaotic minds, directly got the expression. And believe me, the mind never cares about making sense. It says, I just need to express. It's the ego which wants to make sense because it wants to take some high from that expression. Right? So, when mind gets the opportunity to express the chaos it has through gibberish, it feels relaxed. It says, wow, it is done now. I don't care. And it gets into silence. It says, okay, it's removed, it gets into silence. That's why silence is quite deep and spontaneous after gibberish. And that is the whole meditation. And Jabbar cracked it. Jabbar was such a great, probably one of the greatest psychologists or brain scientists in the world. He cracked this formula that let me give the direct expression to the chaotic mind. And then this meditation or this language became famous on his name. It started, people started calling it gibberish. That Jabbar, oh, the person who does gibberish or what Jabbar speaks is gibberish. This is how this language came into existence. And then Osho took this meditation, this thing, and created a meditation around it, which is gibberish meditation, where we do speak this language and then or no language, and then we sit in silence. There are certain sects in Christianity, sectors in Christianity, who do many different kind of meditations, which are not from original Christian approach, but there are certain. For example, there are certain sects in different part of the world in Christianity because of the saints they followed. Those saints were also, because those saints were also, they discovered these kind of meditations. So they do something called gibberish. I know there is some sect similar to gibberish, not gibberish, they don't know about gibberish, but they have their own way. Something related like Kundalini meditation also, what we will do, the shake dance, they do something like that also. They were also vegan from before, like from many years. It's not a new thing. There were sects in Christianity which were vegan, and they were also doing some meditations based on light as part of religion practices. Right. So I don't feel amazed if you have found out something like this. It is beautiful because this only shows that consciousness is always global. We keep seeing these kind of discoveries or documentaries or also pictures on Instagram that, for example, in 8th century, a similar kind of building was built in Amazon and in South Asia, just opposite direction of the world, but the similar kind of construction was made, while there was no communication or no link between them. Or 5,000 or 2,000, 3,000 years ago, similar kind of structure were built in different part of the world, but their time was same. How it works? It works that any knowledge or any wisdom is not from human and not of human. It is always universe. It is always in universal consciousness. What Buddha did, Jesus did, Osho did, Gurdjieff did, thousands of other masters did, all the Sufians and masters did, is that they became synchronized. They tapped into that universal consciousness. And then they became aware of that knowledge and that wisdom. And there is 100% possibility that at the same time, when there is something in the universal consciousness, we call it certain kind of portal, whosoever gets connected with that portal receives the similar kind of knowledge. So if there are two different kind of engineers and architects in different part of the world in the same time zone, if they are connected with the same kind of universal consciousness portal, receiving the same kind of knowledge, can build the same kind of design. Similarly, if there are two different kind of seekers, spiritual seekers, they are connecting with the universal consciousness, receiving the same kind of knowledge, and can do same kind of meditations, even if they are not related and they are poles apart. Because everything comes from universal consciousness. And that's exactly what I teach in my training, that you are that receiver. So when you connect with the universe, you also receive all the knowledge and all the wisdom directly. And this entire training is actually just to prepare that receiver inside you, the channel inside you, right? That's why being a receiver is a very important part of my training, that how to be a true receiver, how to sit as a receiver, how to remain available. If you are dedicated, if you are having gratitude, if you have unshakable trust, that makes you a true receiver, right?
I have one more question. I'm sorry that you made this because it made me think a little bit more. For example, I have always been, for the last years, I've always been practicing mindfulness meditation. I took like a mindfulness program, and it made you like meditate and not like reject your thoughts, but really like not really understand, like accept your thoughts and then let them go. So and then they had this exercise, you write them down, so it would be like easier like to clean your mind like this way. But then I look at these thoughts and I kind of think, oh, where did this come from? This comes from my childhood. This comes from this or that part of my life. So now I'm looking at this meditation. It's a very different approach, because in this one, you do not, it's like go away, like think, and then go away. You don't like pay attention to them like in the other type of meditation. So it's kind of really different.
Yes, there are different traditions in the world who do different kind of meditations. You will be learning that one also. So basically, what mindfulness meditation you were doing is basically from Buddhist way of mindfulness, right? This is Sufi way of mindfulness. There are different traditions. That's why we are covering. Then there are mindfulness from Lord Shiva, the another way of mindfulness, where you become light, or you become you become bigger or unbothered about the thoughts. Even if they are there, you don't need to really do anything with them, because even if you accept them, you're still dealing with them, right? So there are different ways to become free, okay? And there are different ways, but what happens that most of the time, and that's the problem, ultimate freedom is when you actually become free of even handling anything. Because till the time you are handling something, you are not free of it. You are just becoming empowered to handle it. Do you understand this? Freedom, ultimate freedom is when you become free. When you don't need to handle, you don't need to do nothing with that thing. Because till the time you have to do anything with that thing, you're still not free. You are dealing with it. You are handling it. Yes, you become more empowered. You can handle it well. Few people cannot handle it well. That's a different subject. But we go beyond this. Shiva says, you are it. You don't need to deal with anything if you don't need to. Now, this is very beautiful. You don't need to deal with anything if you don't need to. It's not about, he doesn't say you don't need to deal with anything if you don't want to. There's no want. It's not about want. Because want comes from your caged brain or mind, whatever way it is developed. Okay. But if you one day decide that I don't need to deal with this thing, that's it. It would be dropped. Till the time, but there are different approaches. So you will be learning them also. There are different traditions. You will be doing in Anapanasati Yoga also, that is the Vipassana meditation. We will be doing I think you have completed already the walking meditation. That's also a mindfulness
Yes.
meditation, right? So different traditions, different approaches have given different approaches. One approach is not complete. You should know all the approaches so that ultimately you reach to a point where you know, all that is still a drama. I can become bigger than this. But for that, you need to watch all the kind of drama so that you know what all are is drama. You know, getting affected by the thoughts is a drama. Not getting affected by a thought and thinking that you are not getting affected is a drama, because later on you realize, no, you were affected. Sitting and dealing with each thought by acceptance or by rejection also is a drama. Everything is a drama. Because everything keeps you in the matrix world. Anything you are doing. Of course, no, I think it's too soon for you, this information. It's 300-hour information, which I am started talking to you right now. But yeah, you complete your course, you will enjoy it, you learn different aspects. You will see that different meditations are there for different kind of energies we need to generate. For example, for heart healing, we did Sufi breath work. That's the fastest for heart healing. Whatever situation you go through or you need to manage, there are different kind of meditations. That is why there were different traditions, different meditations, and different things, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome. They were nice questions, though. All right. So about I'll take one question. For I was discussing some time ago about how to go through the highest highs and lowest lows. You know, there is a very beautiful saying that think about life as if you are in a theater and you are an actor. Now, a theater or a cinema or a movie have very many different aspects. I mean, Indian cinema is beautiful. I mean, Hollywood cinema is still focused on one kind of, if it is action movie, it is only action. If it is some drama, it is drama. But in Indian movies, especially in one movie, even if it is action movie, it would have romance, it would have comedy, it would have songs, music, everything. Each movie has everything here. Right. So it's like complete kind of things. So for example, there are 10 aspects of life, as we do in aspects of life exercise, 10 aspects of life. Something or the other has to happen in your life from any of that aspect. Maybe from one aspect, maybe from multiple aspects, every single day. That is the way life goes. That is the rule of the matrix, of the world of the matrix. Now, how to go through it? When you realize that this entire world is a drama, because you will never know, every morning you wake up and you will see something is going to happen. Then you have to remember, then you are a very good actor. live a life as if you are acting. That means you are responding to whatever has come to you in a appropriate manner from your space of consciousness, from your space of empowerment. And if you act upon that from the space of your consciousness, then you will remember that this is not you, you are bigger than this. This too shall pass. This will also go. This will also finish. And you will remain the same. You are unshakable. So that means that when the drama is happening, when you need to do a role play, do it as if it is life. And live a life as if it is a drama. So you will be the perfect actor and you will be the perfect liver. And no highs of highs will give you great ego boost, or no lows of low will give you great depression. The thing is, when you are in high, ego wants to get the boost, and when you are in low, ego wants to cry, and that is where we are trapped. If we can maintain the equanimity, which can be maintained by remembering always or by living from the space of your pure consciousness, that it's part of life and it's my role play. Right now, I just need to do that. Maybe I need to laugh, maybe I need to cry, but it's okay, I'll do it. Beyond this, I am free. Beyond these highs and lows, I am free. I am what I am, and these things don't define me. My highs don't define me, my lows don't define me. My consciousness defines me only, where I am established. And this remembrance will make you keep flowing through all the highs, through all the lows. And you will be playing your roles perfectly, but you will not be caged by your law, by your roles, by your drama. So play the game, act as if it is life, and live a life as it is acting. Both things together. Right? Does that make sense, Farah?
Yeah. But then there's authenticity and living from a place of authenticity too.
Exactly. When you live from the place of consciousness, that is your most authentic place of authenticity. Ultimately, your consciousness, your vision of life is your most authentic self. I am asking you to become purely authentic and the same authentic in any situation, even hard situation or easy situation. If you remember in the training when we were discussing about our spiritual quotient and the qualities we have, this, and later on I was also asking people that, okay, normally these qualities we have, but do you still carry those qualities in the tough situations? Are they only comfort zone qualities or the real qualities? So when you develop the real qualities, you remain the same. That is your authenticity. Because if some qualities are only comfort zone qualities, then how it is authentic? If they can go in the lows, right? So I am asking you to be the most authentic human. And that can happen only when you live through highs and lows from the space of your consciousness, knowing that in the world of matrix, something or the other will always happen. And I have to act on that because, for example, if you are a mother, you have to take care of your child. That's your role play. If you are a girlfriend, you have to give whatever it is required in the relationship. That's your role play. If you are a manager, what you're supposed to do as a manager in your office, that's your role play. If you are a daughter, son, anybody, if you are a motivator, I am your teacher, that's my role play. But beyond being your teacher, I am still free. from being a teacher also. When I am doing a role play of a teacher, I try to do it best. I want to remain very authentic, and I play this role as a teacher from the space of my consciousness, and that is why I want to remain available, and I do all the kind of work, whatever is needed to support the growth of consciousness in all my students. And this Sangha call is also part of that effort only, right? So, but still, I remember this is my role play. So what happens that when some student says, no, I don't trust you, you are a different kind of person, maybe you don't know even meditation what it is, so I don't want to learn from you, I don't feel hurt. I don't stop my effort. It doesn't matter to me, because my effort is for those who gain something. It is like we all have different kind of restaurants. Not everybody like every restaurant or every cuisine. I serve what I serve. If somebody can get some benefit from that, he is most welcome to keep coming and eating there daily. But if you don't like my serving, find something else which quench your thirst, which can fulfill your hunger. But what I value to everybody is I suggest to everybody is that not let your hunger die. Your hunger is your seeking, it's your power. And when you have the seeking, you will find from one person or from another. So authenticity does not get diluted by role play. It gets more important. In role play become more authentic. So you are not depending authenticity on your role play. You are depending your role play in your authenticity. What I am asking you to do is to root your role play in your authenticity. So whatever role you will be playing in the world, or whatever situation you will be going through, you will remember your vision of life, you will remember your authenticity, you will remember your consciousness. And then you will be able to handle those highs and lows as if they are part of the game. It was a role play, it is finished, now I look for the next role play. And I would try to become more authentic in my next role play, whatever it will be.
Your exercise was actually really helpful, like remembering the 3 or 4 attributes. That might have been the spiritual quotient, like the 3 or 4 words that you can go back to when that you can access at your lowest time. And I did that a few times, and it was super, super helpful, I have to say.
Yes, you got all the tools. And it is actually for everyone that you got the tools. Actually, this is also, I want to answer Caroline for what she was sharing. When you learn anything, anywhere in the world, and what makes a difference in your energy, what makes sense to you, what makes you grow in your consciousness, don't leave the practice. If you keep continuing the practice, doing it, then it will also come in your functional consciousness habit. Functional consciousness is the consciousness by which you live everyday life, routine life. That's called functional consciousness. Ego is part of your functional consciousness. Ego is very active in the functional consciousness. And under functional consciousness, you mostly live with habits. Your even habit, or all your reactions come from your habits. Your habits of liking, disliking, your habits of even fear, your habits of feeling irritated, your habits of feeling angry, your habits of feeling sad or depressed, your habit of feeling happy, everything comes from habit in functional consciousness. In my book, The Light or Beyond Karma, you already got it. I think 4th chapter is about functional consciousness, 4th or 5th chapter, go through that. Your consciousness, your real consciousness, inner consciousness is a bigger thing. And when you grow spiritually, you grow in your inner consciousness, and when you and you understand everything there and you grow there, but it still does not come in your functional consciousness. It does not still come in your living habits. There is a gap in integration, and that is where many people miss. And if you leave that gap, then you will go back to your normal routine life, and you only remember the training or the teaching or the tools you already have sometime when you really get hard pressed. I would say to everyone that don't leave this gap. Once you learn, once you grew in your consciousness, bring that thing, integrate that thing in your life, bring that thing in your living habit. Let consciousness or mindfulness be your living habit. That I live with mindfulness. Even in the smallest of the thing, whatever you do, live with consciousness, live with mindfulness, live with awareness, live with compassion, live with love. Include all these things, live with the sense of beauty. When you will include these divine things, habits, you will realize how beautifully your life is changing, because you are bringing those qualities into your functional consciousness, and your functional consciousness creates the reality of your day. So you need to bring it to your functional consciousness, make those things your habit, and then life is amazing. Right? Good. Anybody wants to ask any question in this, whatever I have explained? All right. So, Carol, and everyone, just keep living, doing. Even you should actually open your life book every single day. Open randomly, and it will give you the message and the guidance for that day. Make it your best friend. Your life book is amazing tool you have got. Use it every day. It will remind you, it will bring your functional consciousness aligned with your spiritual being. Okay? Wonderful.
Hi, Death. I have one more question.
Yes, Melissa.
Okay, when we clean our mind, well, not clean, when the mind goes like free of all thoughts, is it also possible to be free of love and other things?
You know,
Like, does that go away in that moment?
this is actually you are still coming from the Buddhist background and understanding, and that's why you are asking this question. You will learn more about this in the training. There is never any situation where your mind goes completely blank. It goes blank for certain moments. You will get the glimpses of that silence. Where the job of the mind to think. It's a great tool. You cannot have a mind who cannot think. It's useless. Right. The thing is that mind has to become calm, quiet, and supportive. That's the mind training, rather than chaotic and giving you unwanted or those kind of, becoming your master. Your consciousness becomes your master, and your mind becomes a great executive of it. Right? This means when you don't need to think, it will not bother you with lot many thoughts. It can be restful. And that is what we need. And that is what we become. Love, peace, and joy. These are three base energy of life, of human consciousness. Human consciousness cannot be without it. If you are without it, you will die. It's simple. They are three basic energies. They are not thoughts. They are the energies. You are born with you. You have them. And there is no possibility of any soul to be completely empty of love, joy, and peace. these recognition of these energies. Now there have been practices and people who were some traditions which I really don't like, but they were killing the love and joy energy. Basically sensation related with joy and love energies in human life. And those people became very stoned. In fact, in India, even with Lord Krishna, I don't know you know about him or not, he was the writer of Gita, and he gave the concept of karma. You know karma? So karma came from Lord Krishna. He told how the karma works and everything. There's a very beautiful story about him, which is a very big story. I cannot take it right now. But he clearly put, because that time there were two main streams in India. One was the stream of love or path of surrender, path of dead devotion. And I'm very soon going to start the training of path of love. I really want to do that. And there was another very hard stream in India about renunciation of everything and going to jungle and only meditating with closed eyes and killing all the sensation or energy related with love and joy energy. So to close themselves so much that they feel all that remains is peace. That's what they thought. But they became stoned. Krishna has put the wholesome approach where you experience love, joy, peace all together in a complete, fulfilling manner, in deep harmony, the best and highest path of growth and progression. Right. So, though in the world there are certain traditions and certain paths or ways where practitioner is told to kill the capacity to feel love and joy, I completely not approve it. My approach is to make you full, complete human. Because if universe has given you certain capacity, it wants you to experience everything to the finest and most refined level, and not to kill them. Because whatever you don't need anyway get extinct, right? You never needed horn and tail as human, it went away. So we need to live naturally. Simple is to live how universe has made us, right? And we should only grow in that, what we are natural of. Okay? Yeah. So no, don't try to kill the love thoughts. In fact, you become more loving and more compassionate. Your love becomes, it will come during the training about the path of love, that how you actually automatically start to progress in love. And how the love energy becomes very big, it becomes much, much, much bigger. Right? Then currently you can understand what love is. It automatically becomes much bigger and it reveals amazing dimensions to you. Right? Good. Yes, Pavni, you want to ask something?
Yes, Mr. Pranam. I just wanted to, when you mentioned about
I
life
want
book,
to take your question, but you can repeat it.
no, I'm not asking that question. I
Okay.
want to understand what
Yeah.
is life book, because you asked, you open the life book.
Life book is your notebook which you create during my training. We call it life book. No, Pavni's life book. You didn't create it.
No, I don't
Why
know
not?
which level of the training. I don't know if I,
All the training should from day one, level 1, 100 hours. The notebook which you have created with the notes, you name it life book.
life
That's your
book.
life
Okay,
book.
I have the notebook.
Pavni's life book. Just put the name. It becomes your life
Okay,
book. Because all your transformation, all your journey is noted in that. Right? It has come from your own energy. It's your life Bible. You understand? It's beautiful, very powerful for you. Good. Okay. Uh, what was your question?
States in the process, whether work or personal, but then the outcome is shit.
Yeah. What was your question, Pavni?
My question was about releasing the emotional deposits in the body realm, the
Yeah.
pain
To
or
release
irritation.
emotional deposits from my body, they start with some discomfort path, pain or diabetes, thyroid or BP, PCOD, or so many other forms of illness in the body. Yes, it's a very, very, very good question. And all that happened because you are still only trying to fight the darkness. Do you remember that story when I tell in the training that even thousands of years of the darkness, if there is a room where and there is a darkness in that room for 5,000 years, and you open the room and you try to pull out the darkness, can you do that? You can never. What is the easiest, simplest, and most beautiful way to
Light a lamp.
darkness? Light a lamp. Don't fight with darkness. Light a lamp. Similarly, don't care about releasing these residues because this is again fighting the darkness. Light the lamp. I
Mhm.
always say, be the being of light. Fill yourself with so much of love and compassion, non judgment, accepting everybody, forgiving everybody, not feeling bad. f- Forget everything, whatever has happened. Heal yourself with love, and everything will be getting clean. All these signs, everything will go, all these residue will go only when you will have amazing loving energy in your body. Because when you will, your entire body, your entire consciousness, your entire action, your thought, your feelings are full of love, compassion, sense of beauty, sense of acceptance. What else will remain in your body then? Your body will automatically heal. That is the only way to heal yourself completely. Be full of love. Right? And if you are still carrying certain signs like something which shows up in certain level of illness, that means you have to see where you are still carrying some grudges, some darkness. In being of light, we find all the darkness and we remove that. So do that and fill with love, no matter whosoever has done what, and people will keep doing the mess. That's the job of people. And you are also one of the people in other life where you also do mess in others' life. And that is why people are together to create mess in each other's life. There is no other way. Because without mess, we cannot survive. We love mess subconsciously. We want to attract it. If everybody around you leave you and say, okay, from now on, we will not create any mess, you'll say, okay, no worries, keep creating mess, but be around me. Don't leave me. Because subconsciously we want. So don't care or don't try to judge your life as good or bad, or something happened with you was good or bad based on the mess around you. The mess is the basic nature of life. Your flow through this is going to make you empowered, and you need to learn to flow with love. You need to be healed for yourself and not for anybody else. But you are carrying grudges for somebody else, but actually it's not for somebody else. You're carrying grudges for you only. You clean that part, fill yourself with love, anything. It can only be love. You should only carry love inside you. Carry love, which will automatically bring you joy and peace. Carry love, carry acceptance, carry sense of beauty, carry gratitude, carry compassion. Only these are the energies, all related with love. You need to carry in yourself. Because love is the only and biggest healing energy in the world. So if you fill yourself, everything will be healed. It is powerful statement I'm making, and you guys have to understand this. If you fill yourself completely with love or any energy which is related with love, any form of love, acceptance, compassion, gratitude, love, beauty, it will heal you thoroughly, inside out, on all levels. Right? So don't fight the darkness, light the lamp. Simple. Okay? Namaste. Wonderful. Now for today, it's enough. There are questions left, which I'll take up probably in the next call. And we'll do a small meditation now, just being, doing nothing. So close your eyes. Sit relaxed. Close your eyes very gently. Feel how softly your eyelashes are resting, joined together. Have a very nice, mild smile on your face. Notice the smile and feel that you are smiling at yourself. And let this smile get filled in your body, deep within you. Look at your entire self from head to toe, smiling at yourself. Look at your face, smiling. Feel happy about it. Look at your mind, smiling. Feel that it's also smiling at you. Look at your heart, smiling. Feel your heart is also smiling at you. Look at your liver, smiling. Feel that your liver is also smiling at you. Look at your backbone, smiling. Feel your backbone is also smiling at you. Look at your arms, smiling. Feel that they are also smiling at you. Look at your legs, smiling. So your legs are also smiling at you. Look at your entire body, smiling. Feel your entire body is also smiling. Look at your entire being smiling. Feel that your being is smiling. And allow this smile, this very mild, nice sense of joy to be present in your entire being. And keep sitting with this smile and this sense of nice, soothing joy. with the smile still inside. Take 3 deep breaths. Slowly move your fingers and toes. Put your hands together and rub them. Place them on your eyes and gently open your eyes. And rub the hands back on your face and on your body. And come back with a smile. Namaste. It was a beautiful meditation. You should smile meditation. You should do it for 3 days. Do it tomorrow, day after also, and you can do it whenever you want. But do it for 3 days. It will really be giving very good result. And yesterday was International Smile Day. So we did our smile meditation. Right? Okay, guys, live a beautiful life, conscious life, loving life, joyful life. See you again next time. Let's have our hug.
Smile is one curve which makes everything straight.
Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sure. Wait.